gonna be the same. We're gonna still debulk with our 3, and then I'm gonna check if he wants to remove some length or not. Okay? Just one. Just a little bit. He's happy because he's getting like 3 haircuts back to back to shine.
It's a lot of pressure.
For you.
For you.
For you?
Are they going to be cutting too?
Yeah, they're gonna do the other half of your head.
Okay.
We each get a quarter.
Yeah.
If I stand behind you.
Yeah, yeah. Go, dude. Anywhere, guys. Get
Anywhere.
closer. I'm gonna make some space for you guys.
We're just gonna let his hair. Make sure there's enough water in that so we can start taking our sections. Okay, so what am I doing first? Anyone tell me what I'm doing first?
Your sections?
The basic sectioning is similar to what we've been doing for the past few weeks. Where the head rounds, take my first section straight down. Okay. Move everything forward. Same thing on this side. Perfect. I just separated my back from the front, yeah? Straightforward. Any questions? Sounds good. Now I'm gonna look for that round of the head. Use my comb to do so. Starts rounding around there. Oh, lost it. So from here, okay, to the corner. That's what we weren't able to do with the mannequins because of their messed up hairlines. But with almost all of my clients, that's what I do. So from where it starts to round all the way to the corner. Okay? That's not clean enough, so let me redo it. That's right there. To the corner. Okay? We're good so far? That away.
That's just the corner of the hairline, right?
Literally the corner, yeah. So you see where the vertical bars, you see where the vertical bars are? Like these vertical bars?
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's literally the corner.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side.
If you guys want my advice, the best place to be when you're watching is behind the shoulder.
Okay, now what do I do first? What options do I have? Where should I start?
Start with clippers. Number 3.
Good one. I don't know if you're joking or if you're serious.
I'm not sure either. I thought I was right, but after the face you made, I'm not quite sure.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the sides. You see, we start with the sides on the mannequin? Yeah, right? So I'm gonna start with the sides. You can start with the back if you'd like to as well. I'm just gonna do the sides because this is what I feel like doing. First section, where the head rounds, where the head's flat, and it starts to round, that's gonna be my first section. That's where the clipper works. gonna meet the scissor work. For that section, what am I doing with that section? Anyone tell me? First section where the scissor work meets the clipper work.
Is that where you put your fingers against that?
Exactly. So lift the higher of an elevation, then fingers tight to the head. Okay. Okay, always making sure that my fingers are parallel to that section.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Like going up with your section depth, right?
My sections are always going to be parallel to the sectioning that I did.
Okay.
Okay?
And that's always your starting point, is the side of the head when you're doing that kind of.
Side, back. To be honest, at the end of the day, you're going to end up getting everything done all around first before you attack the top. Okay? So now second section. Drop it. Straight up. Shit, see my guide at the bottom. There it is. My guide is right there. If you don't see your guide, you don't cut. Are we good so far?
Yep.
Okay. Now my last section. Drop it. Same thing. There it is. Okay. Any questions?
It's good, so.
Good. Perfect.
Switch sides.
Now the other side. You're scared of water?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always here on the hot days.
I know. What's summertime days?
Same steps, might be even a bit too short where like I won't have to cut anything. When did I cut you? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And either ways on this side, I know I'm building a bit of weight, but we're gonna come and round it up just for it to kinda swoop over smoothly, okay? It's the exact same steps. Perfect. Now the back. So I have two options when doing the back, okay? I could start building my weight where the occipital bone is, okay? Or I could build it a bit higher, okay? So the head kind of starts to round around here. So I can either build the weight there and have it a bit of a higher fade, or I can build it over the occipital bone and have it kind of drop, okay? That's personal preference.
When you say build the weight, like
Yeah.
exactly what does that mean?
So just literally just build your graduation. So I could start building it from here, and then I'll go from short to long, or I could start building it from here. I'll go short from here and long to like It'll be short here and then longer here.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So the only difference is your clipper work would be higher on the second one.
So it's basically like where the clipper work meets the scissor work, and then starts to graduate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So in this case, what should we do? Higher fade or a bit of a drop? What do you guys want? You guys pick. Drop.
Is it my call?
No, it's not.
Hi.
Higher fade or drop? Come on, guys.
You can see it. You want to drop?
Whatever you guys want. Whatever you guys. You guys pick.
Maybe the higher would like show the graduation better, wouldn't it? Or the drop.
Either or.
Okay, we have to make a decision. Drop or high?
Hi.
High?
Drop.
Drop?
Drop.
Drop? Drop?
Drop. That's
Okay,
the
what
drop.
drop it is?
Need more hair.
Okay. So same process. My occipital bone is right here. It's flat, right? You guys see? Starts around right there. Start taking my sections. So first section,
Water?
need water, yeah. Alright. So take my section. Trickier because the hair is shorter. The section where the clipper work and the scissor work are gonna meet. We're gonna go super tight. Okay? Okay? My first section. What am I doing with my second one?
Graduating it down.
Exactly. Bringing it down a bit. Start building the graduation. Perfect. Last section. I'm gonna go back to the previous one. Not much to take off.
Any questions so far, guys?
So it's pretty much start from the bottom, work your way up to a longer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Graduation.
Starting at the bottom where it's
Perfect.
flat, and then once we get to the round, to the previous, we can build that way.
Right. And then the
Now-
clipper work just
Yes.
blends it in right here.
For the other side of the back, you guys see how I'm combing the hair and it's kind of tricky to kind of section it? So I'm gonna try to, in order for it to be a bit easier for me, I'll just comb it in the way that it wants to go, okay? It wants to go that way. And instead I'm gonna take my sections this way, okay? I'm gonna comb the sections forward instead of pushing back. Okay, it'll be easier to control. Otherwise, you're just gonna be fighting with the hair the whole time. Section. Tight. Second one. similar to the previous.
His hair smooth, but so much nicer than the mannequin.
Alright.
Is it always like that, or like most of the time?
Most of like you'll see when you guys are gonna be cutting the people tomorrow, they'll be like that. Yeah, that's the difference between the hair and the mannequin hair.
If someone has like thinner hair, does it stay as well as thicker hair?
Yeah, it depends honestly on the person and like the growth patterns. Light hair is actually a lot easier to manipulate than thicker hair. Last section. And you see how I'm always moving around the head? Why am I doing that?
To keep it even, otherwise you'd be making the hair uneven.
Oh,
Keep it round.
exactly. Round vertically or horizontally?
Horizontal.
Exactly. That's what creates a nice flow. Right? It's a lot more smooth and it's run horizontally. Perfect. Our graduation is done. Now I'm going for the top. Okay? I cut Alex almost like every 2 to 3 weeks. So every time it's just a small trim. So it'll be exactly what we did on the mannequins. So what do I start with when cutting the top? What section?
What is it called?
Center profile.
Yeah.
It's right in the center.
Right in the middle. Okay. Now, sections. Pretty short and small. Make it a bit shorter. Well, it already is. I'm not really using a guide, I'm going off of the fact that he just wants it a bit shorter. So, a lot of the time, like you'll have, and with time it'll get easier, but you'll have to choose the length basically.
And that comes with time and experience,
Yeah.
because a lot of the times clients will come in either unsure or they tell you, oh, just clean up the top. That's when you have to use kind of your expertise in picking the length. And you have to pull up there and you have to take a look, well, if I cut it at this length, it might be too short to swoop over. And if I leave it this long, it might be too heavy and it won't be able to style well.
A rule of thumb, just listen to what your client is saying, especially at the beginning. The client wants it a bit shorter, you cut it a bit shorter. And with time, you're gonna start understanding hair a bit more, and then, like sometimes there's clients that want it like an inch shorter, but I know that an inch shorter wouldn't work, so I just do a half an inch. But I won't tell them, no, I'm gonna do a half an inch, I just do whatever I think is best for them. Yeah, in the beginning, with thumb, just listen to whatever your client says.
I always knew a good barber because the next day after the haircut, if I can manage my hair, make it look good, that was a good barber. Yeah.
That's usually how it goes. Okay, so now I'm gonna take horizontal sections. And instead of splitting the head in half, I'm literally just gonna comb everything to the right. okay? Start working section by section, okay? From one side to the other. Okay? Now I have my guide in the middle, right? On the left, what shape am I gonna be looking to create?
Where?
Exactly.
Is a clip, right?
Yeah.
Why would it be square shaped, guys?
Because we want one side to have a structure
A little bit, yes.
and kind of have like built up.
Yeah, so if we
Exactly.
cut one side square, the hair would then be a bit longer. So it'll be long enough to kind of swoop over.
And the other side?
Exactly.
We want it to blend in. And go middle.
What would happen if you cut both sides square?
It wouldn't work because you wouldn't be able to get your, the quiff look to it, right?
Yeah, cut one of those.
It would go over
Yeah.
longer.
Still hate that name.
Yeah. So depending on the length, it could work, but a lot of the times you're gonna run into the issue that it's just too heavy and too long to swoop over, and you're gonna have a big corner here of hair.
It's a lot harder to manipulate on a shorter hair, so you gotta be pretty patient. Hair's gone. Good. Next section. And now I'm strictly using my guide in the middle. The hair's so short, so it's kind of hard to see the guide from behind. So just the hair, what's it called? The guide from the middle is enough for me to kind of figure out how much I need to cut. And you see how when we were working with the crop, we finished cutting the top and then we connected both sides. What I'm doing right now, I'm actually connecting the sides already on the side that's round, okay? You see this is the shortest point. If I was to snip this, that's what's creating that connection.
Okay.
So two birds, one stone, okay? So I'm removing the length and I'm connecting the top with the side. Does that make sense for everyone? Everyone's good on that?
Yeah.
Okay, probably have two more sections. And what am I doing with that last section?
Tracking it back,
Exactly why?
so it's a little bit longer.
Exactly. Any questions?
It's just cool to see it in practice, to see when he's doing the square side versus the round side. I would have never known that before, right? Yeah.
Okay, now the side where I made it square, that side I'm gonna connect, just kind of soften it, basically soften that square shape a bit, just so it kind of flows nicely, okay? Otherwise it's gonna be too heavy. So I'm just gonna pull my hair down, not much to connect on with it. Okay, and as we're getting close to the corner here, just round it just a little bit, just for it to kind of swoop in and then lift. Okay, you guys did that on the mannequin last week, right? This is not new concept to you guys. Perfect. Everything. See. Same principle here. I'm gonna soften that corner here a bit as well for it to kind of blend in better, okay? Because you see when I comb it up, you see how it's a bit too heavy?
Can you see? Yeah.
It's because it's too square. It's way too square, so I'm gonna just soften it up a little bit. Okay. Bit more. Or not.
See, when you hit it right at the crown, it just sits the way it will naturally wants to sit. So I usually always start with the crown and then work my way from there. So when doing the tips, the way I usually style my tips, I'll pitch everything towards the opposite corner, and then I'll come from the front and just lift it up.
Sorry, do you have anything warm, cold, or medium?
Good question, actually. So strongest, what you call it? Strongest setting, and then have it on the first heat setting. Okay? Yeah, you don't want it too hot, otherwise it's gonna be bad. And it depends on the blow dryer as well. But usually it's always first speed, third speed, first speed setting. Yeah? Third speed setting. You shave your beard?
Yeah.
I started to know different with my mouth. I closer and then I'll just come and lift my thumb up.
So do you prefer putting products in the hair before you do the degradation? Yeah?
I always do. Whenever I'm done cutting the top, I always do. Just makes it easier to see.
The overall
the style,
product?
Yeah, exactly.
Clipper time?
So what guard am I starting with?
33.
Okay.
One number.
Yeah, number 2.
Right under it.
You just going right below the weight line there?
Literally right below. Not too far from the, literally right under.
And then for you, just going off the head.
Exactly,
And
it's
then this
just,
is just right below.
yeah.
that.
Any questions? You see how I'm going up straight, and then as I'm working my way to the back, I'm kind of dipping, and I'm literally just following my weight line.
Yeah.
Okay? That's gonna be my guide the whole time. Lovely. Now with my number two, I'm just gonna soften this a little bit.
Question, when you cut down like that with the trimmer, oh, sorry, boss. It obviously doesn't cut the same as when you're going up, so does it just cut it, just to blend it in, is that why you're using it backwards?
When I use it backwards, basically whatever graduation I built here, sometimes it ends up being too bulky, too
Gotcha.
heavy, so it's just coming to kind of soften it
Okay,
a little bit.
right.
As
But you
long-
wouldn't go too hardcore with it, yeah, okay.
I wouldn't go at this angle. When you're doing this with when you're going down, it's all about the angle you're going at.
Okay,
So the more you follow the head shape, the more you're removing weight.
okay,
And when I was doing it kind of, in a sense, like following this part. This would be my guide,
Okay.
like my reference. I would make sure the clipper would like come like straight down.
the angle's always the same, okay.
Okay, perfect. What would be my first step? Yeah, start from the bottom, exactly. I'll start with my clipper first.
This one, okay.
Fingers.
Yeah. More good, I thought it.
I can't hurt it.
Yeah. You guys see that? My weight line's right there, that's what I use as a reference. That's good. Remember that. Also have another option. You could also do is use a clipper. Same thing. Flip it upside down. And set your arm this way. Okay. Don't do it with the trimmer. The trimmer is gonna leave an insane line. It's gonna be hard to remove. So you could do it with the zero.
I like
What's
that.
the difference between like,
Well, if you're struggling with the motion, like,
is it just preference really?
yeah, it's really preference. It does the same thing.
Yeah.
But like, I'm so used to like doing it this way, where like when you look at it, it looks easy, but then when you try to do it, then you're like, oh yeah, almost put this in your eye.
So I guess the second way you do it's a bit more accurate.
It's a
Maybe
bit more accurate. It's a like, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I guess if you mess up going down, you could always clean that up. It's harder to do going upwards, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's easier to kind of like limit the mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
do this with the zero, or I could honestly just do it with the trimmer right away. Oh wait, it's like a. I'm using my trimmer right under that line, okay?
From all your customers that have fades and tapers, do they all grow like their hair back pretty much in the same time frame, or are people different?
People are different. Like,
Some people's hair comes back in less than a week.
yeah.
Right.
Guys that come in twice a week. Yeah,
Wow.
I swear, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna set up my line for the fade as well. So I usually do a little fade for him. Usually just set my skin line right here. Okay? And then fade it out. Okay? So it's a bit more of an aggressive fade on the beard. That's honestly like personal preference. And it also looks better on him, to be honest. Full with my skin shaver. Kind of balls everything out. So I can start my fade. Once again, right under the trimmer. Not all the way up to the line. Perfect. What's my first step?
So where a lot of people were lost last week.
Never open.
I think it's remembering the order in which your steps are. I think that's the key thing, because we did it last week, but rewatching it, you're like, oh, I'm not sure about my steps anymore.
I'm gonna send a thing in the group chat because we sent a screenshot, but just of the steps.
Nice.
I'm gonna send it right now actually, just so that we do have. So that way, if you're ever going home and you're reviewing it and you don't know, do you do that half or one?
Yeah.
Just refer back to the document you listen.
What's next? halfway. Only using half of my blade moving forward. Okay. Now, what's left? Exactly. I'm gonna close it up. Hit that bottom line. Okay? Pretty straightforward. What's next?
One open.
Welcome.
Did you guys cut anybody over the weekend?
No.
What's after my one open?
Close it.
That's it. One brush in. Hold it fully. Hit that line right there.
Way easier to see than the mannequin. It's crazy.
Alright? Okay. See how it's almost done? Now what's left?
Did one, two. Did you do the two yet?
Would be the half guard.
Half guard, yeah. I'm gonna find that line that I just created after my one close. So half guard halfway, be safe. And right under, close it. Just tuck. Any questions? Everyone good?
That's great.
Okay. What's left? Exactly. 1.5 to kind of refine that transition. So, halfway, play it a bit more safe.
You just start with over 1.5 halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halfway open, just if I start open, it's even safer. I could start open, see if it does anything. Not halfway, it's not close. Okay, very nice. Alex, funny enough, Alex was actually one of the first 3 clients I started practicing on. How long were the haircuts?
Like 2-3 hours sometimes.
That's crazy. I'm gonna go refine. See how it's a bit heavy here? I'm gonna go refine them with my fingers. Yeah. Don't move up.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Now the lineup. One side is completed.
Just a side note about this lineup, guys. Not everybody gets this kind of lineup, so just make sure to ask if your clients get it. A lot of the times, clients prefer to keep it natural. That just depends on who's in your chair.
Same steps on the other side. See how like I didn't have. You could do it where like you work your way all around the head, or you could do one side at a time. Personal preference. So no guard open. Halfway. Close. Just going back to my halfway. Make sure I got everything. Close. Perfect. Now number one. Open. Close it. Or half guard. Wide tripping. Very
How's this making sense to you guys so far? Yeah? Questions?
half guard, halfway. Notice how I'm kind of hitting it at an angle here because the hair is growing this way. Okay, that's why I'm not going this way.
Follow the hair pattern.
Just following, always going opposite from how it grows. Perfect. Close it. Tap the middle line of the palm. It needs refinement, but I'm really keeping myself from doing it. Like, I'm stopping myself from doing it because I'm like, I'll do it at the end when I'm done everything, okay?
Okay.
Don't waste too much time refining. So you finish, you follow your system, finish your system. You're about to be done, that's when you come back and refine. Here I need some refinements. I'm gonna grab my half guard. You guys see how it's a bit too dark here? Let's go touch that up. To be fair, the side of his head is a bit trickier to fade than the other one. And did you see how like the other one faded pretty like quickly? So there's people who are like, yeah, there's always a side that's a bit harder to fade. That doesn't mean that your system is not good, it just means that it requires a bit more refinement. Any questions?
Why was the side of it
It's just the way his hair
Just that
grows.
hairline on the-
Also it's a bit like, you see how there's a bump here and the hair sticks out a bit? Like the head bumps a bit more on this side as well. You didn't know that? So yeah, it also like kind of dips in here as well. So there's a couple of things that come and make it a bit trickier. Where this side is like perfect, like it's the perfect size to fade. Like it's just so easy.
Or like head bumps, they create shadows sometimes and makes it look like you missed a spot. Are those
Exactly.
hard to deal with?
No, you just literally have to kind of dig into them so it kind of.
Evens out.
Exactly. Okay, now we'll come and connect both sides of the fit, please. Okay. Be even on both sides. We'll come and connect them. Same steps. Close it. Half guard halfway. Not doing anything, I'm gonna close it. There it is. In here, halfway. Over there. Finish off. Like that. Just like that. Yeah. Now the beard. 3. I'm gonna start fading. So same process as the side of the head. Number 2. Perfect. Oh, start fading. No guard open. My guy's right there. One finger. 2 fingers away. Parallel to that guard, okay? Good?
Yeah.
Halfway? Close it. Notice how I started open halfway, but my strokes are the same and in the same place, right? You guys remember that trick? Because the blade keeps on moving up and then it moves up. Boom. Okay? One guard, same thing. Fingers work. Close it. Okay? And we're just gonna half guard. Halfway. Close it. Okay, what's left is my 1.5. I'm running from open to close. Open, halfway, and close. Okay? And I'm gonna leave it like this. Watch how, when I come line it up, the fade will pop. Okay? And then I'll be able to see what needs to be refined and what needs to be left alone.